Draco bursts into the bathroom, his wand gripped tightly in his hand. He scans the area, expecting to find the boyfriend hiding in one of the stalls.
Shawn stands at the sink, washing his hands oblivious to Draco entering the bathroom. As he finishes washing, he slowly turns around, his eyes widening in surprise as he sees Draco standing there, wand in hand. "What?" Shawn begins, but Draco cuts him off, his voice cold and controlled.
"Shut up," Draco barks, his eyes narrowing as he takes a step closer. "I have a few questions for you."
Shawn looks taken aback, his eyes widening in surprise as he realizes the situation he's in. He starts to back away from Draco, his hands raised.
"Don't move." Draco's voice is low and dangerous, his gaze never wavering from Shawn's face. He continues to approach him, his wand still clutched in his hand.
Shawn is now backed up against the wall, fear creeping into his expression. He raises his hands higher, trying to appear non-threatening.
Draco stops inches away from Shawn, towering over him. He raises his wand, pointing it directly at Shawn's face. "You've hurt someone I care about," Draco says, his voice cold and hard. "And I'm not letting you get away with it."
"Look, I'm sorry," Shawn stutters, his voice panicked as he tries to reason with Draco. "I didn't mean to."
"Sorry doesn't cut it," Draco snaps, his tone harsh. "You hurt her and thought you could get away with it."
"Please, just let me go." Shawn's voice trembles, his eyes darting from Draco's wand to the bathroom door.
Draco's grip on his wand tightens, his expression hardening even further. "Not a chance," he growls. "You're going to pay for what you did."
"Look, I'm sorry. I'll do anything." Shawn is getting desperate, tears start to fall from his eyes.
Draco's eyes darken with anger, his patience running thin. "Anything? You really think you can just apologize and make this all go away?" He steps closer, invading Shawn's personal space. Draco grabs Shawn angrily by the front of his collar and shoves him against the hard wall. The impact jars Shawn, and he winces as his back hits the hard surface. "You thought you could treat her like trash and get away with it," Draco hisses, his face inches away from Shawn's. "Well, you were wrong."
"Please, let me go," Shawn pleads, his voice cracking with fear. "I swear, I'll never touch her again."
Draco sneers, his grip on Shawn's collar tightening. "It's too late for that. You already hurt her once. I won't let you do it again."
Shawn's eyes widen in terror, his face twisting in fear. "Please, I'll do anything you ask me, just let go of me."
"Anything?" Draco raises an eyebrow, his gaze narrowing. "Fine. Then how about I make you feel just a fraction of the pain you inflicted on her?"
"What do you mean?" Shawn asks, his voice quivering with fear.
"You think you know pain?" Draco's words are like ice, his grip on Shawn's collar unrelenting. "Let's see if you can take what you dish out."
No, please don't." Shawn's protests are cut short as Draco's grip tightens, his eyes narrowing further.
Draco takes a step back, pulling his wand from his pocket. His gaze remains fixed on Shawn, his expression cold and determined. "You messed with the wrong person, and now you're going to pay the price." Draco's voice is low and menacing, his grip on his wand tightening.
Shawn's knees buckle beneath him, and he falls to the floor in a heap. He looks up at Draco with a mixture of fear and defiance.
"Get up." Draco's order is sharp, his gaze unyielding. "On your feet."
Shawn struggles to get to his feet, his knees trembling. He tries to push himself up off the floor, but his body betrays him, and he falls back down.
"Pitiful," Draco sneers, his voice dripping with contempt. "Can't even stand up on your own 2 feet."
"Please, I'm sorry," Shawn pleads, his voice cracking with fear. "Please, just let me go. I won't touch her again, I swear."
As Draco turns his gaze away, a smug look appearing on his face, Shawn sees his chance. With lightning speed, Shawn pulls his wand from his pocket and casts a spell, pushing Draco violently onto the hard floor. Draco grunts as he hits the floor, the wind knocked out of him. He tries to lift himself back up, but his vision is blurry and his head is spinning.
"You think you're so tough, huh?" Shawn spits, his voice a mix of fear and defiance. "Well, you're not the only one who can wield a wand."
Draco's expression darkens as he climbs to his feet, anger burning in his eyes. He points his wand at Shawn with a steady hand. Mistake, mate. Draco's voice drips with cold fury. Big mistake.
I'm so sick of you Slytherin bullies thinking you can do whatever you want with no consequences. Shawn snarls, his face full of hate.
Draco sneers, his lip curling in a cold grin. And you're just a pathetic little Gryffindor. Weak and helpless.
I'm not weak, Shawn shoots back, his voice growing angrier.
Draco rolls his eyes, his smirk growing. Please, you're a coward. You always will be.
You know nothing about me. You have no idea what I've been through.
But I know what she's been through, Draco sneers, his gaze never leaving Shawn's face. I've seen the pain in her eyes. The pain that you caused.
Shawn's expression twists into a mix of disbelief and confusion. Why do you even care about her?
Draco's eyes narrow, his gaze hardening as he looks at Shawn. I care because she matters. Something you obviously can't wrap your thick skull around.
And what? You're her personal bodyguard? Her knight in shining armor? Saving the day? Shawn scoffs, his voice filled with mockery.
She deserves better than the likes of you. Draco's voice is soft, but his anger is clear. She deserves someone who actually cares about her, not some pathetic, spineless worm like you. Draco senses that Shawn is about to cast a spell, and before he can react, Draco beats him to it. He points his wand at Shawn and casts the Crucio spell with deadly accuracy. Crucio. Draco's voice is cold and commanding as he utters the cruel curse. In an instant, the spell hits Shawn, and the pain is intense. He falls to the floor, writhing in agony as the Cruciatus curse works its dark magic on him. How does it feel? Draco sneers, his gaze fixed on Shawn's writhing form. Not so tough now, are you? The excruciating pain of the Cruciatus curse courses through Shawn's body, tearing a scream from his throat. His mind is filled with agony, his muscles seized in an unending spasm. He's unable to form words through the torment, his body shaking uncontrollably as the pain takes over. Draco stands over him, watching as the curse does its work. A cruel smile plays on his lips, savouring the power he holds over Shawn. The pain intensifies, growing unbearable. It feels like his body is on fire, every nerve ending ablaze. He gasps for air, but his lungs refuse to cooperate, his body locked in a never-ending cycle of torment. After a few agonizing moments, Draco finally stops the curse, ending the intense pain that had coursed through Shawn's body. Had enough? Draco asks, his voice cold and emotionless. Shawn's body is racked with pain, his breathing ragged and laboured. He weakly nods, unable to speak. Draco crouches down beside Shawn, his expression still cold and unyielding. He leans in close, his voice low and menacing. Listen to me closely, he says, his gaze fixed on Shawn's pained face. I never want to see you near her again. Do you understand me? Draco's voice is low and threatening as he leans in closer to Shawn, his expression cold and unyielding. If you so much as look at her again, I will end you. Draco stands up and walks over to the bathroom door, his expression still cold and unfeeling as he looks back at Shawn, who is still lying on the ground, his body still trembling from the excruciating pain of the curse. And if you even consider reporting this little incident, just know that my parents will take care of you and your family. They have connections, and they're not afraid to use them. You'll disappear without a trace, and no one will even remember your name. Shawn's eyes widen in fear at Draco's words, his face pale and his body trembling even more now, fear mixing with the pain of the curse. He nods weakly, acknowledging Draco's threat. Good, Draco snarls, his expression hardening. I trust we have an understanding then. Draco's steps falter slightly as he exits the bathroom, the effects of the blow he suffered from Shawn earlier still lingering. He grimaces, his hand moving to tenderly touch his sore side. He continues walking, his thoughts preoccupied with the encounter he had just had with Shawn. Eventually he arrives at your dorm, and after waiting a moment, he knocks gently on your door.